हालिया के न्यू न्यूज़ आया है। अब हमारा जो बिल गेट्स ने इसमें सहायता की है कि हमारा जो रेन फॉरेस्ट हो रहा है उनमें इसको कैसे रोका जाए और कैसे हम ये ट्री को हम कैसे सेव कर सकें। आने वाले दिन में हमारा जो ग्लोबल वार्मिंग है, जो मेन काज, उसको रोकने के लिए हमको प्लांट को बढ़ाना चाहिए। और प्लांट की सुरक्षा के लिए एक न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी हमने हाल ही में रिलीज़ हुआ है। जो डेड फ़ोन सेल फ़ोन है उसको यूज़ करके हम उसका जो वाइब्रेशन है उसके ज़रिए हम अपने सेल फ़ोन में कनेक्ट करके हम जान सकते हैं कि किस जगह में ये जो कटाई चल रहा है। उसको प्रोटेक्ट भी हम दे सकते हैं। जो फॉरेस्ट वाले हैं वो हर जगह नहीं जान पाते। तो इसी हाल ही में हम ये कहना चाहेंगे कि हमारा जो एक हाल ही में एक टफर वाइट नाम का एक आदमी जो है वो उसको न्यू रिलीज़ इनोवेशन किया है। सो चलिए देखते हैं उनका क्या कहना है उनके इसी टेक्नोलॉजी के बारे में।
Out pretty easily. Based on this, if you can pick up by the sounds of chainsaws at 1 kilometer away, then you can perhaps set them up around the periphery of a reserve and protect up to 2 kilometers inward, especially because the periphery of the reserve is the most likely to have cell phone service. We thought this was pretty exciting, so we shared the news with the world, and people came to us and said, "Hey, we can use this elsewhere." The first one was our partner, Zoological Society of London, who invited us to Africa to do it, and they had an even better idea in picking up chainsaws. They said to us, "Look, there's this FSC concession here. There's about 2/3 of it in the south that is under threat from illegal logging and poaching, but there's one access road. There's just one road that people use to get in and out. So you could blanket the entire surface in cell phones, which doesn't seem very feasible, or you could just set them up along this road, and if only your system could detect vehicles, then you could know the moment that loggers come in and out or poachers go in and out. All of it goes through this one gate. This is in Cameroon, and working with an FSC certified company that's responsible for protecting this area as part of their certification. These are the guys that man the gate, and you can see behind them all of these animals that are there, these animals that they're responsible for protecting, including elephants, chimpanzees, and gorillas. But it was known that there was a decent amount of legal logging taking place there. So we set up our system along the road and trained it to pick out the sounds of motorcycles. And you can see the same sort of system applies with these peaks and being able to pick them out. Moving from Africa to the Amazon, and on the outskirts of the Amazon, you have this ocean of deforestation with these little islands of forest. Like, what's going on with that? Well, those are indigenous reserves. They're not necessarily protected areas in the traditional sense. They're lands that have been maintained by the indigenous people and are recognized by the government. And somehow that's seeming to work. So you move down here. This is the Tembe Reserve. The area to the south is a different tribe. There's about 1,500 of them left. Most of their villages are in the north and the south edge. This was pristine virgin rainforest just a few decades ago, but the middle area is under constant threat from illegal logging, sometimes 10 logging trucks at a time, settling, and also drug plantations are there as well. So we spoke to our partners to the Tembe, and they said this vigilance program, this program of driving people out of their land could use a technological edge. These are the Tembe. They believe that they are currently on their last stand for the survival of their entire race, and it is sort of, the way forward or annihilation. Fortunately for that, they are well organized as of late. They are well armed, and they are very motivated to fight back against the drug smugglers and illegal loggers. So we're working with the chiefs in the village in the north and the south because, again, it's always about using what's already there. In the case of Africa, there was a cell tower right smack dab next to the reserve. But in Brazil, we don't have that. There is infrastructure. There's cell phone towers. So this is huge. This is a 6,000 square kilometer reserve. And so these cell phone sort of points of access that you see here are actually up to 50, 60 kilometers away from the areas that are most under threat, which made this next part pretty important. So being up in the trees is important because it allowed us to do things like this.
Just sitting up here in the tree while it drains away down there, about 120 feet up, but pretty amazing thing. is that if you look at signal up there, no, well, that one's not very good. With the signal up there, we got cell phone service. Thanks to this huge parabolic antenna that we got, which is picking up a signal from about 30 kilometers away here in Brazil, in the Tembe territory. So
okay, so they don't all need those antennas. I'll point that out. But that one actually was able to pick up a signal from 30 kilometers away. We were able to repeat the same experiment at 50 kilometers, meaning that we can really push the limits of where this system is able to potentially work. I just got back here this weekend from the Tembe Reserve, and 1 week ago, this is last Friday, we became aware that there were vehicles moving through one of the areas where we set up a device. It was some of the illegal settlers who came back. They noticed that we'd been there. They burned down one of the Tembe bridges. And so this is from less than a week ago in Brazil. So this fight is just beginning, but it's clear that already we've been able to lend a hand to that. Thanks.